Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Psychedelica of the Ashen Hook. And I think we're going to go down Levi's route today. I don't know why. I just felt like we should do this one first. It's just the guide that I opened. So, we're going to start here, because then we can choose Levi to talk to. So I'm going to skip through all this. So we're just going to run in. And then I think we can just... We already did chapter 810. Don't kill him. This was reality. We've already done that, so we can skip down from that to going to the map. Yeah. Who should I go talk to? We should go to Levi. This is the only thing that's different. I wanted to talk to Levi. I looked and found Levi sitting on the couch. Levi? Hey. I love it when he has that look on his face. He's adorable. He's like, hey, girl, what's up? He's the slightly gay one to me. I don't know. That's why I like him a little bit. We gave each other a short greeting, and Levi smiled his usual smile. I thought he'd be nervous, but it seemed not. I felt reassured to see that. Perfect timing. There's something I wanted to tell you. What's that? I love his pale face, too. I love him. Levi moved slightly off the seat to create a space for me to sit. I moved in and sat. What did you want to talk about? After everything's done, and Levon and the others are able to govern the town right, I'll atone for my crimes. Levi was exactly the same as he used to be. I was not ready to face the brutal reality all of a sudden. To atone for his crimes. In other words, for the Black Shadow thing? I can't just let things stand as they are. His voice was mixed with a dry laugh, but it felt slightly kinder than the usual Levi. I've caused a lot of trouble for Levon, and I don't know what punishment is waiting for me. But I want to be judged not as a beast, but as a human being. Oh god, no, that's not how this is gonna end, is it? That's not how this is gonna end. Like, he just, nope. In order for that to happen, I need to be victorious. Levi, I wanted you to know how I felt. Oh, what's wrong? You make it sound like they're your last words. Hey, knock on wood! Sorry. I made a fist over my lap. I knew this. Levi had to take responsibility for what he did. I already knew this, but it hurt. Let's make sure we win tomorrow. Yeah, oh, he's so fucking pretty when he looks like that. I can't handle it. I couldn't do anything. All I could do was nod in response. I don't want this to be the way the ending goes. Like, oh, that's gonna break my fucking heart. I can't do this. You can't pull a Toa on me. Like, okay, actually, whoop, stop. We can actually go to the flowchart now that we got that. We already chose in chapter 9, 8, 10. Oh, we already chose to say, okay, so don't kill him. This was reality, keeps going here. 9-5, we won't run, which brings us here to the map. So, the church, we could do either choice, which we don't need to worry about because it doesn't matter. Snowdrop Field, we walked away. The tower, he needs to be released from his sins. We did that. The Foggy Forest, don't kill him. We did say in the town square you shouldn't say that. So I think the only thing we really should do is the West Alley is to say, I loved Levi. Which we didn't do the last time because we knew that would be Levi's path and I didn't want to do that. So I'm thinking this is all we have to do. I don't think we have to go through and make every choice. You know what I mean? I think once we make this and then we go through the square, I hope. Because I loved Levi. He was always by my side. He always cheered me on. It didn't matter if I was a man or a woman. Levi always looked at me for who I was. And I loved that about him. I needed to get going. Spacey, thank you for caring so much about me. You have to consider the people that need you. Yeah, I know. I do. I turned my back to Levi and started running. No matter what happens, I will try to save you. I felt Levi's gaze on my back until I was hidden from view in the fog. Let's see something. Oh, interesting. I seek laughter. Oh! Okay. Because if you seek happiness, if you can't decide, you go down the path of the, like, both of them. If you go down happiness, you go down Levon's. If you seek laughter, you go down Levi. Okay. So there we go. We should, I'm going to check now, but we should have his, yep. Perfect. Perfect! I'm so good at this! No matter what happens, I will try to save you. The exchange with Levi crossed my mind, because I like Levi. I love him. I tried saying that out loud. That's right. It was such a simple reason. Just as I wanted to save Levi, the same went for him about me. That made me so happy. I had to reciprocate. I needed to find a way to save Levi as soon as possible. I needed to make it so that he could continue to live as a member of the Wolf Clan. I had to do it in a way that it wouldn't cause trouble to the people who believed in me. And for that, time continued to pass while I struggled to find the answer. It was already morning. I couldn't waste any more time. I needed to find a way. The situation around me moved faster than I could react to it. Get up. I heard rough footsteps as two men came down to the underground jail. They didn't need to tell me. I was already awake. The two of them opened up the cell and tied my hands behind my back, just as they did when I was brought here. Where are you taking me now? Shut up and walk. Apparently, I had no intention of answering me. I knew it was futile to resist, so I quietly obliged. I exited the jail and headed to town, moving in the opposite direction of where I came. That meant my destination was... There were more people than yesterday at the town square, filling it completely to the brim. It's like during the masquerade. I don't know why I thought that. The expressions of the people here were not festive in the least. They forced me to walk up the stage in the center. Everyone was watching me. Look how creepy their eyes are. Their gazes were filled with fear and hatred. When I reached the stage, I was pushed from behind and fell hard onto the floor. I heard a small cheer from the crowd. A man in strangely formal attire was already on the stage. Order, order! We will now begin our interrogation of the witch who has brought chaos to the town. The crowd suddenly became deathly silent. Interrogation of the witch? Meaning I'm going to be judged? I knew that this day would come, but not this quickly. I looked around. Right below the stage was Lugus. Lugus had the dignified look of the lord of the Hawk clan. Could this be under his orders? In the crowd far away, I saw Levon and Levi beside him, both with angry expressions. I nodded to them just once. I had no idea if they would get the message, but I wanted to tell them not to worry. But what should I do? What would happen to me here? There was no way I could gather my thoughts in such a short time. My interrogation was about to begin. Answer nothing but the truth. You are the witch who has brought forth disaster to this town, are you not? No, I'm not a witch. I told you to speak only the truth. It's true! Then how do you explain the red eye you possess? That is proof of your existence as a witch. Well, the red eye was proof of being a witch. That was an immovable fact in this town. That was why I had hid it ever since I was a child. That was how serious it was. There was no way I could argue against it. You can't answer? Then let's continue. Grr. Do I have to accept that I'm a witch in front of all the townspeople? If I admit to being a witch, what would happen to me? What could I do? I saw Levi from the corner of my eye, gazing at me with a worried and apologetic look on his face. Did he just... I thought I wanted to save Levi. I tried to make a fist, but it just made the rope dig deeper into my arms.
With your witch's power, you have enraged the Lord of the Hawk Clan and started a war. You have taken so many lives and...
No, it's not me. Even during my internal strife, the interrogator continued to list my crimes. He was trying to blame everything on me. I automatically denied everything, but I didn't know how to argue against the charges. Be like, fine, kill me. Nothing's gonna fucking change, you dumb fucks. Then you'll feel sorry. Even if I deny it, I started to feel desperate.
Not only did you control the minds of the people, you've also directly murdered the townspeople yourself.
I've never done that.
You've used an alias by the name of Black Shadow and committed many murders, did you not?
That's... Without thinking, my eyes tried to find Levi in the crowd. His eyes were wide open. Levi must have been even more surprised than I was. Oh no. They were trying to deal with those murders as part of the witch trial. Oh. I just thought of something. The crimes that Levi committed, the lives he took, they could never be forgiven. Those crimes must be atoned for somehow. Oh. But now's not the time for that. Until the town settled down and the wolves have regained their power, they needed Levi. If I admitted to this, if I said that I was the culprit, Levi wouldn't be tried for the crimes of the Black Shadow. He might be able to live in peace for a while longer. Oh. If I take his place, will that save Levi? Oh. Of all places, I found the answer I was looking for here. This would be the turning point. If the Black Shadow murders were dealt with as one of the doings of the witch, then I could save Levi. Oh. That's right. I would be judged as the witch. In that case...
What's the matter? Black Shadow is your alias, is it not?
That's right. Who's screaming?
I am Black Shadow!
It's not Levi. A louder shout drowned out my voice. I mean, you'd think it's Levi, but why would it... I looked to the source in the crowd, and my eyes met Levi's. Why? Why did he admit to it? It was my chance. I was able to... Everyone, even the interrogator on the stage, looked to Levi.
She's never killed anyone. She's no witch. I was the one doing the murders. Here's proof.
He took out a knife hidden in his chest, a knife with the motif of a hawk feather. The town had rumored that it was the murder weapon.
That knife!
No! The crowd around Levi screamed and moved away. Having space opened up, Levi started walking. He moved slowly toward the stage to where I was.
I'll say it one more time. I'm the one who's killed the townspeople.
Levi jumped onto the stage and loudly declared his crime in front of everyone. Oh God, are we both gonna die here together? That's so sad. I don't think I can handle this.
I killed the ones that interfered with us. Not only that, I also killed total strangers on Mother's orders. You're talking about witches and red eyes, but have you ever seen her kill anything? Ever seen her covered in blood? I've killed many, many people. I've been drenched in their blood. Go ahead. Put me on trial. You should be judging me rather than trying to find wrong with this so-called witch.
The crowd became agitated. Of course they would. These people all believed it was my fault. They were here to watch me face retribution. They're like, it's her fault. She drove him to murder. And yet, when there was another culprit to the serial murders, and it was the younger brother of the Lord of the Wolves, they must have been shocked in an entirely different way from me. I couldn't defend Levi anymore. I couldn't save him from his sins. And it brought me despair. Oh, this hurts.
Is that true?
The first one to recover from the shock was the interrogator, but the one to answer...
It's true.
Levon? Levon had come right next to the stage and affirmed the question. He then walked up to the stage to stand next to Levi.
You heard him. All of the gains that the Wolf Clan has obtained were founded on Levi's crimes. We of the Wolf Clan are all sinners. If you object to that, Try and think of whether you yourself are free of sin.
Oh, everything's forgiven then.
I mean, nobody's free of sin, but it's just kind of funny that, like, let's just, I mean, he may have murdered a fuck ton of people, but everybody else has done some kind of sin.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little...
What the fuck? Like, it's not really a justification for murder here, but stop it, Levon. I was the one who did the killings. But it's fine.
Levi held back Levon and turned toward the crowd.
You didn't kill anyone, and the same goes for Spacey. She committed no crimes, and yet you all try to blame everything on her as a witch.
Everyone in the town had probably done something like that before. Whenever bad things happened, whenever unreasonable things occurred, they all blamed it on the witch. They blamed everything on a witch that didn't exist.
Even if you did that, those sins won't disappear. What I did will never go away.
And then he does that little sassy little fucking Karasuba head cock.
You can't blame it on someone else and end it like that.
Everyone quietly listened to Levi. Some looked away awkwardly, while others looked down in shame. They probably all agreed to it to some extent, or perhaps they didn't want it pointed out. The murderous craze of the crowd had calmed down greatly. Now, everyone just felt uneasy.
That's unsettling to hear.
Lucas climbed up onto the stage. Levi and Levon took defensive stances, but he ignored them and walked to me.
I too tried to blame the previous lady for being a witch, all while turning a blind eye to the dark side of this town. You cannot say for certain that the Hawk clan's hands are clean.
After saying that, he untied me. Lucas.
No clan will withdraw from this. Olgar, my father's sins will be shouldered by me as his son. I swear to dedicate my life to this town to atone for those sins.
After his declaration to the crowd, Lucas descended from the stage without looking at Levi, Levon, or me.
But please, wait! How shall we deal with them? Leave the fate of the wolves to be dealt with by the wolves. But the witch? The witch never existed. The only one there is an ordinary woman.
Oh, Lucas. He's just sad because he loves us.
He's like, oh, she picked him over me.
After that, the town square was filled with confusion. Although Levi, Levon, and Lucas made speeches, I was not free to go. I was to return to the jail in the meantime. I wasn't worried. Seeing the townspeople react to Levi's words, I doubted that I would be executed as a witch. However, I had another worry. What would happen to Levi now? They tried to frame me with the murders, but the fact remained that Levi did those things himself. And he also declared it in front of so many people.
What you doing, buddy? It's so quiet. Is he been taking nappies?
I heard footsteps descending to the underground jail. Maybe it was the guards. I didn't care who it was. I wanted to know what happened to Levi. How was he doing now? The footsteps were approaching my cell. I looked up to speak to them, but I saw an unexpected face. Levi? Oh, I'm sorry I'm late. You're not who I wanted to see.
You know, so I'm like, oh. Look, we already did your path, Levon. I'm over it.
Huh? It was Levon. He had a ring of keys, which he used to open my cell. Why are you here, Levon?
And to come and catch you, of course. And there's no more reason for you to be imprisoned.
Yeah, so where's Levi? Although I was surprised to see him, there was no better person to ask about Levi. His expression darkened at my sudden question.
Let's go back to the manor first. We'll talk there.
Those words made me even more worried.
No, he's dead!
He can't be dead. I mean, that would just fucking suck. Levon took me to a manor that looked similar to Francisca's manor that had burned down on that day. Before I could ask what this place was, Levon answered me. There are several manors with similar architecture around town, meant to be her villas. This is where we live. I thought that was rather excessive, but considering that Levon was the Wolf Lord, it didn't seem that odd. The details were different, but it felt like I was back in the manor. The thought brought me joy and sadness at the same time.
We're in an alley. Did we forget the background? If we're talking about the manor, why are we looking around an alley?
Yeah, it looks familiar. It looks like a fucking alleyway, not the manor. Anyway. But now is not the time to be sentimental or pointing out flaws in the backgrounds. We were in the middle of something significant. There we go. That's better, thanks. We entered the living room, and I asked him immediately, what happened to Levi? You said you'd tell me after we came back to the manor. Levon still didn't speak. My patience grew thinner before he finally spoke. He's probably imprisoned now, in the same jail where you were. I knew it. I had a feeling this would happen, so I was able to accept it calmly. I thought that a heavier punishment was possible, so I was glad to know he was still alive at least. It was on my orders. I don't know what sentence will be given to him, meaning the worst possible thing could still occur. If that were to happen, I don't think anything stupid. There's no need for you to take responsibility for any of it. But those crimes must be atoned for eventually. He and I both know that now's that time. I wonder if Levi knew that I was trying to take the fall for him then. He probably did. He may not look it, but he's smart. He may not look it because he's kind of pretty. But Levi saved me instead. I was cleared of suspicion as a witch and released from prison. Can I see him? I want to talk to him. Not for a while. Why? If you make contact with Levi right now, people will spread rumors. Hold off on it for the time being. I understood what he meant. I was just cleared of being a witch myself. If I made contact with a serial killer, it would make the townspeople suspicious. But as the Lord of the Wolves, I can't allow you to do anything that would create more chaos. Please understand. I must have had a dissatisfied look on my face from the way he reprimanded me. On the other hand, I have to go see him regularly. If there's something you want to give him, I can deliver it. What do you mean? Like a letter or something? Thank you, Levon! The expression Levon made was familiar. It was the face he made when Levi and I gave him trouble as kids. And I can't do it out in the open either, so don't do it too often. Yeah! The room looked similar to the ones the three of us used when we were children. But before I could reminisce on the memories, a pen and paper were laid out on the desk. This was the first time I wrote a letter to Levi. I'd hardly ever written letters at all. I could say things easily, but I had no idea it was this difficult to put messages onto paper. I thought long and hard on every single word I wrote. Hello. Levon said he would deliver a letter to you if I wrote one. It's the first time I've written you a letter, so I honestly don't know what to write about. First, thank you. Thanks to you, I was freed from jail and was able to return to the manor. I was surprised to find out that there were multiple manors of this size around town. There's still so many things I don't know. How are you, Levi? It was cold and lonely when I was in the jail cell. That's why I'm worried for you. I hope you'll be able to leave there very soon. The manor we're in is pretty, but it's too spacious for just Levon and me. I'll write to you again. Goodbye. I finally finished. It took me so long just to write this. I wonder if it's all right. I wonder if what I wanted to say was conveyed. No, I love you will work. But the more I reread it, the more worried I got. Maybe I should rewrite it. Spacey, I'm about to go. It seemed there was no time for that. I folded up the letter and handed it to Levon. Sorry I took so long, and thank you. Yeah, don't mention it. Oh, please don't read it, Levon. I had no intention on doing so. But now that you say that, I'm interested. I knew for certain that Levon wouldn't do such a thing. I watched Levon leave the manor and suddenly grew tired. I slumped down onto the sofa. Why would you? Don't read it. It's not like you're writing him sexy love letters like, oh, the things I'm going to do to you. You're literally like, I am in the manor. It is similar to things. I feel bad you are in jail. Okay, then bye. Like, would Levi read it? And what would he think after he did? I wondered if writing a letter was all I could do. Wasn't there anything else I could do for Levi? I dozed off thinking about it. I don't know how this is going to end, but but you know what it is? I felt this way in Levon's path. Like, he's being a dick to us, and I don't like this. This doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel sad, and, like, it's such a letdown. And, like, I just feel like this is going to be it. Like, he'll get out, or like something, hopefully. We have to have our love, we have to have our kiss moment. We can't not have a kiss. We didn't have a kiss. We can't fucking not have one. But it's still going to just, it's going to be like, oh, but this, up until that point, like, it's just going to be so depressing. Because that's the way Lavon's felt. It was like so depressing. For the next few days, I felt restless. Letters were so inconvenient. There was no way for me to know how the reader took my messages. As some people would say, that was one of the best parts of letters, but it made me more and more impatient. And on this day, I was finally released from it. I got a response from Levi. Right before twilight, Levon returned to the manor to give it to me. I almost ripped it out of his hand as I thanked him before running to my room. I carefully opened up the folded piece of paper. Oh. To you, Spacey. And thanks for the letter. I'm doing fine, I guess. The first thing I was surprised at was how neat the handwriting was. I didn't know Levi wrote this way. And jail life isn't so bad once you get used to it. You get food even when you do nothing. And the cold isn't that bad either. He was lying. I knew better than anyone how uncomfortable that place was. I continued to read Levi's neat handwriting. I'm glad you're safe. My situation now is my own doing. I already knew that it would end up like this. It just came a little earlier than I thought, so you don't need to worry about a thing. Oh, and if you don't mind, write to me again. There's nothing to do here, so it gets quite boring. Reading your letters can help kill the time. Thanks. He said those kind of things even over letters, but it didn't feel half bad. Even if he said it that way, as long as reading my letters made him happy. P.S. You're terrible at writing letters. What are you, a kid? I almost burst out laughing when I read it. Try writing a little better next time. Oh, Levi. Yes, I had a feeling my writing was bad, but it was irritating to have him say it so directly. I had an urge to simply not respond at all, but I couldn't give him a piece of my mind without writing back. Damn this! So annoying. Well, excuse me for writing terribly. I just messed up trying to write something a little fancy. I thought about not writing to you anymore, but I had to give you a piece of my mind. I'm only a little bit glad to see that you haven't changed. I didn't know your handwriting was that good. I'm jealous. We lived together for so long, and I didn't even know that. Pitiful, right? And lonely. It made me feel lonely. I miss you, Levi. Because I have to yell at you in person. I entrusted my honesty and heartfelt letter to Levon. The response came a few days later. A single sentence was written on it. Why isn't it clicking? Okay. I miss you too. Oh. Oh. Oh, it hurts. Oh. Our letter exchange continued from then on. What we wrote about were ordinary things. I wrote about what happened that day, or how the townspeople close to me were doing, and Levi offered his opinions on it all. I had so much fun writing to him. I couldn't wait to receive his responses. It was so cute, but sad. Levi still remained in jail. I didn't know what would happen to him. Would it be tomorrow? Or even further ahead? I suppressed those worries as we continued to exchange letters. Oh God, are we going to like the kiss and then they're going to kill him? Oh, I can't handle that. We did this, trying to confirm each other's thoughts and feelings. We wrote and we read and we slowly confirmed it. This hurts. I feel so, like, I want to see something. We're only on Levi. I'm assuming we only have, like, hold on, I need to see on the guy, not the guy, the flowchart thing. Yeah, there's only 4 like everything else. Okay, that's what I thought. It continued for over a month. By the time the letters turned into a small stack. Do you want to see Levi? Huh? It was so sudden that it took me a few moments to realize what I just heard. To see Levi. Does that mean it's alright to see him now? Is it okay to? If you want to, that is. Of course I want to see him. And then get ready. It's cold outside again. I ran out of the living room to get the coat in my room. I didn't even care about the reason why. I could see Levi, and that in itself made me so happy. Well, he's not going to die yet if they're going to murder him. He looks sad. But at that time, I didn't notice Levon's depressed expression. Oh God, I can't. No. Oh God, don't do this to me. Feeling eager, my stride was quick. I'd never felt so much disdain toward the snow for how it slowed me down. This is almost like, hey, old yeller, you want to go out for a walk? Right before they shoot you in the woods. Oh, no, this is not going to be good. Levon said nothing as he kept up with my pace. He really wasn't talking at all. I saw the jail in the distance. I did spend a few days in that horrible place. Right now, the person I wanted to see was there. There's 2 more chapters in his thing, though, so I don't understand how we're gonna get that, like... I leapt down the stairs. There were multiple metal-barred cells, but Levi was placed in the closest one. Levi! He turned to me. He looked a little bit thinner, but upon seeing me, he smiled. Don't shout. It really echoes in here. His smile and attitude were the same as I remembered. Hearing that reassured me. I don't know, he looks grouchy. Is that all you can say? It's been so long since we last met. I already heard from Levon that you were coming. I'll need your help from now on. From now on? Huh? You didn't hear. I was just about to explain it. It seems like they talked about this, so I waited for Levon to continue. Oh, God. Oh, Spacey, I want you to be on food duty for Levi. Food duty? I need you to prepare food and deliver it to him at least once a day. Can't you make it at least twice a day? If that's what you want, then don't get on the bad side of the food staff. Is it alright for me to do that? Oh, she's like, I'm gonna start putting files in your cakes. If you don't want to, I'll just ask another. I never said I don't want to! Then do it. I also want you to keep watching him during meals so he doesn't do anything stupid. What do you mean by that? He was saying it in a roundabout way, but it meant I could see Levi every day and talk with him during his meals. Thanks, Levon. I should be the one thanking you for taking up this troublesome task. Sure, but if you don't mind, I haven't had anything to eat today, so... Oh, really? I'll go prepare something then. If you told me earlier, I would have brought something with me. But for today, I should go find a shop to get him something. I wonder what was good. I'd prefer to buy something Levi liked. Not me. Oh, God. Thanks, Levon. No, I should be the one to say that. I'm sorry. Oh, God, what's happening? I don't trust them. From then on, I made food to deliver to Levi. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Depending on the day, I also brought him snacks. Back when I lived at the tower, I often cooked extremely simple things. But now I try my best to make something proper. Fortunately, or perhaps annoyingly so, Levi didn't hide his dissatisfaction or preferences. It made the job worthwhile. I wanted him to say he liked it, and it made me happy to know that he did. While Levi ate the meals I brought, I was always by his side. Though we were separated by the bars, I could touch him if I reached out. We talked about many things. They were mostly ordinary things like what we wrote about in our letters. Levi responded immediately and smiled at whatever I said. We would probably talk about the same things in the living room of the manor, too. Yes, it was like spending our daily lives together. This is sad. This hurts. Something bad's gonna happen. I don't trust this game. I was late to the jail that night. One of the reasons was because I made soup that took extra time to simmer. Levi complained before that he wouldn't eat it unless the vegetables were completely cooked through. The other reason was that there was a snowstorm in the evening. The visibility was bad and it was hard to walk through it. On top of that, it made the soup colder faster. I cursed the snow, but managed to arrive at the jail. Oh, God. Huh? You're here today. What a terrible thing to say to me first thing. Did he not know what I went through to get here? I glared at him to show my irritation, and Levi nervously tried to explain. You know it's been snowing hard today. A guard on patrol said that no one would be walking around in this weather. It was snowing hard, but I didn't think it was that bad. I laid down his food and climbed up the stairs to see. You're right, it's one of the worst snowstorms in the year. And you walked through it? Well, I didn't want the food to go to waste. I couldn't believe I didn't notice at all. Thanks, though. I was prepared to go without food, so this makes me really happy. I was glad to hear that. I put my cooking on a tray and handed it through an opening in the bars.
Like, I hate when you click and it doesn't move. It's still warm. Well, time to eat. Go right ahead. Mmm. Whoa. What's the matter? I don't know how to say it, but the potato just melted in my mouth. Takes a long time and effort to simmer that soup until it gets that way. You're amazing. And the taste is good, too. You seem to enjoy my cooking today. That was good. Even while Levi was eating, the snow seemed to get heavier. I was starting to hear the howling winds, too. Is there a blizzard going on outside? I don't think I can get back with the weather like this. Jeez, that's what you get for forcing your way here. What are you gonna do now? I'll just stay over tonight. Stay over? We're in jail! It's fine. I was here for a few days before. Oh, that's right. Oh my god. Can we curl up with Levi in the jail together? That's adorable. Fortunately, there was a pile of straw, so I laid some in front of the bars. I didn't want to lay directly over the stone floors. Do you feel cold? I'm fine. Levi also lay down, though we were parted by the bars. He lay down right next to me. Oh, this hurts. So cute. How long has it been since we slept next to each other like this? Beats me. Not since we were kids. Some more than 10 years. I see. Oh my god, do we get a CG of this? We talked a bit more, and then I closed my eyes. The sounds coming from the wind settled enough for me to hear Levi breathing. A slight feeling of loneliness made me reach my hand out to him. Before I went past the bars, my hand touched something. It then softly held my hand. Levi was thinking the same thing. Oh, the feels. See, I knew it. Your hand is ice cold. That's not true. It's cold, but warm. What are you talking about? You're always so warm. I opened my eyes and looked at Levi. He was also looking at me with a gentle smile. Ever since I was put in here, I've been thinking... About what? I wondered when I fell in love with you. I want to know too. You know, I've forgotten all about it, but I finally remember. It was something really simple. I think we held hands like this back then. Back then? Levi mumbled. I looked at him to urge him to continue. Sorry, I have an itch. Hold on. He didn't have to worry. I would never be afraid of or reject Levi. It's about the time I got used to killing people. Yeah. Back then, I just wanted to kill. I just wanted Mother to praise me, but it started to hurt. While I was washing away the blood with ice-cold water, I feared that I was going to fall deeper into insanity. And that's when you held my cold and dirty hands. Levi was right about it being simple. That didn't stand memorable to me one bit. I never gave a second thought to holding his hand, and if he was cold, that was all the more reason to hold it. Ever since then, he felt so warm, and that made me happy. Starting from there, I liked you more and more. Even though you didn't know I was a woman, I liked you as a human being. I love that about Levi. He's a little gay. A part of me knew that it was all right to like you. I see. It really was something small. But I guess that's all that's needed to fall in love. It was a gentle declaration of love. Because he said it with an open heart, his feelings went directly into me. Though Levi committed crimes, he was afraid of hurting himself and being hated. I knew that feeling better than anyone. We might be similar. Yeah. I've hidden the fact that I was a witch ever since I was little. I didn't want to be hated for it. Not by Francisca, Levon, and of course you. If I took your hand then, maybe you would have fallen for me. I don't know about that. Why? We both giggled in the dark jail. After we finished laughing, Levi spoke, his face serious. I'm probably going to be executed. That froze my expression. Considering what I did, it's only fair. But I would have been convinced if it happened to someone else. That it couldn't be helped. But not with him. I had these selfish thoughts that I didn't want the same to happen to him. Why do you think that? I get that feeling seeing how Levon's been acting. And now he let me see you like this, too.
That's right. I tried to remember Levon's expressions over the past few days. This was for Levi's sake before his execution. Oh, Levon did this because I would never see Levi again. Oh, you can't end like that. I don't want that.
It can't be helped.
You saved me. You declared yourself the culprit in front of everyone to save me.
Of course I did. You did nothing wrong. It's all my fault.
He said that so matter-of-factly. Was Levi already prepared to die? I couldn't say the same about myself. I didn't want him to die. Although he had to atone for his crimes, I wanted him to stay alive.
I love how we just don't even give a fuck in any of these endings that this is not where we belong. This isn't the real world. Like,
everyone called me a witch.
Yeah.
But thanks to you, that misunderstanding is gone. Little by little, people have stopped fearing me.
I see. Good for you.
So, if you stay alive, I'm sure everyone will also... Levi let out a weak smile. I knew why. There was a definitive difference between Levi and me. But one day he might be forgiven, even if it was by only a few. But if he was dead... Thanks. I didn't know how to act when he thanked me. I hadn't done anything. I couldn't do anything. Just what if I were to be forgiven? Yeah?
I want to live with you. Just the two of us.
Levi started talking about a bright future. Yes, let's talk about that for now. Levon's not with us?
He's fine and all, but I'm tired of him always being there.
He's fine and all, I think. That's a terrible thing to say.
So, if we start living together, I want to get strong enough so I can protect you.
You're plenty strong, Levi.
Not yet. I want to become stronger in the truer sense of the word. The strength to protect, and not to take lives.
You already protected me. Thanks to you, I can walk around town without fearing for my life. Levi was strong and kind. It would be fun if we could live together.
Yeah, I won't let you get bored.
You accepted it so easily when I told you I was a witch.
Huh?
That's not all. You didn't seem to care when you found out I was a woman, too. You were actually happy about it.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did. I remember it clearly.
Shh. I better watch my mouth around you.
I'm glad you said it. You saw the real me and told me the truth. If I didn't have someone like that in my life, I'd be sad. I couldn't do this. I tried to keep it a happy topic, but it went back to this.
Hey, Spacey.
I can't believe that you'll be gone. I don't want you to be gone, Levi. Tears fell. We had been together for as long as I could remember. I couldn't imagine him not being around. Levi would be gone. The thought of that struck fear into me. I didn't think it would be such a sad thing.
What a confession that is.
Levi wiped away my tears with his other hand. He then placed it on my cheek.
Oh, we're so close and I can't even kiss you.
The bars were just wide enough to have a hand go through. This fence of iron that smelled of rust separated us. And though we could come close, we could never be together. He pulled in my hand and kissed the back of it, as if it was the most he could do in that moment. I love you. No other words were needed. Levi's warm hand enveloped my fingertips.
No. If I can live with you, we might become husband and wife eventually.
He started to talk about the future again. A bright one, filled with hope. One that would never come. You and me?
And we'd have lots of kids. That would be a whole lot of trouble. Levi, you're like a big child, too. Shut up. I'll grow up once I become a parent.
Sorry. I know you'd make a kind father.
I know, right? Once I get a kid, I teach them to read lots of books.
Books? Not teaching them the sword?
That's important, too. But when I was a kid, Mother never did that for me.
I want to do for my kids what I wanted done for myself. You see, I guess it would be fun.
Don't guess.
It will be fun. The night was getting late, but Levi continued talking about future dreams so happily. His dream was not a grand one. It was of a humble family with the two of us together. In the midst of this happy feeling, I gradually grew sleepier. My eyelids felt heavy and I couldn't keep them open. Levi gently patted my head. Soon I fell asleep. In my dreams, I lived with him and our children. Levi's dream became my dream. It's so depressingly sad. He's gonna die, and he can't. He can't fucking die. I'm sorry.
You fall asleep.
Well, so long.
I hope I can see you again one day.
Oh, fuck! Oh, shit. I woke up to pain. It must have been because I slept on the stone floor. It was already morning. The sky outside the jail was brightening, and the blizzard had subsided. Our connected hands were untwined. I looked through the bars and saw an object wrapped up like a cocoon. Speaking of which, Levi tossed and turned a lot in his sleep. He often kicked me out of bed when we were kids. I laughed at myself and stood up carefully to make sure I didn't wake him. I stayed out without telling Levon, so I had to go back at least once. That, and I needed to make breakfast for this caterpillar. I exited the jail and walked quickly back to the manor. I counted the remaining ingredients in my head to think of what to make. I can only put together something simple for breakfast. Oh, whatever, I just make something nice for lunch and dinner. Nicer for lunch and dinner for him. Oh, God. You're up early. Levon! I opened the door and saw the lord of the manor in front of me. Was he waiting for me to come back? I'm back! Sorry about yesterday. I know, you didn't have a choice with the blizzard. It must have been harsh. Yeah. He didn't seem mad, but Levon didn't say any more. An awkward silence came over us. I have to go make Levi's breakfast. There's no need for that. Huh? He spoke those words coldly. Despite those words, Levon's expression was filled with pain. Oh, God. No. A sudden chill hits me. But I forced out a few words to confirm what Levon said. Why? Because the punishment will take place. By now he's... By now? What did he mean, by now? Levi wasn't alive anymore? My vision blurred. My entire body shook and I felt weak at the knees. I couldn't stay standing anymore. But you didn't even get a kiss! No! No, I can't accept this. As I fell, Levon rushed over to help me up. Capital punishment was averted. Huh? Then Levi is... He was alive? The slight glimmer of hope shone in my eyes. Then what was Levi's punishment? Exile. Exile? To where? Oh, okay, bye! Leaving. Packing my shit and going away. Levon turned away. There was no way he didn't know. He just didn't want to say. If you were exiled, where could you go? Outside the town? That's impossible. This town was a closed world. Then the forest? He could go deeper into the forest, past the tower. Maybe he could live there? But how? You couldn't escape the elements and there was no way to get food there. No, but if someone delivered it, anyone who aids him will receive the same punishment. But it's no different from telling Levi to die. They wouldn't kill him immediately. They wouldn't dirty their hands, but they wanted him to die. Slowly. Alone. Ugh. There might still be time. I might still be able to see Levi. I would leave with him. Seeing me about to run out of the manor, Levon grabbed my arm. Don't! Let go! Let me go! What are you going to do there? You'll just be exiled yourself. But still! Levi understands this. He already knew that he'd be exiled today. That had to be a lie. He said he thought he would be executed, but his expression was so gentle. There was no way that he knew. He knew, and he didn't tell me? He didn't tell you for a reason. You have to respect his decision. Why? He wished only to speak to you one last time. I'm sure he just wanted to spend some time with you in peace. He held my arm even tighter. It hurt. Pain and helplessness overcame me. I knew Levon felt pain because this was all he could do. But Levon, I'm sorry. Spacey! I shook off his hand and ran outside the manor. Snow was beginning to fall from the sky, so soon after such a harsh blizzard last night. Where was Levi? He was still in the jail cell this morning. No, maybe I only saw something rolled up in sheets. Could it be that he was already gone then? I had no other leads. I had to go to the jail first. I went to the place where Levi and I last spoke. The jail cell looked identical to this morning. The bars were still closed, and it was made to appear like there was someone in the sheets. Levi? I knew it would be meaningless, but I called out to it. No movement. I dropped to my knees. There was one thing that was different from this morning, or perhaps I just didn't notice. There was a piece of folded paper stuck between the doors of the cell. It was the same paper as the letters Levi wrote to me. I carefully took out the paper so as not to tear it. My fingers trembled as I tried to unfold the letter. No, you can't end this way. Right inside the paper were only a few words. Sorry. Thank you. That was it. Just a few words that couldn't even be called a letter. They were in the neat handwriting I was used to seeing. I couldn't help but admit that it was from him. You idiot. It can't end like this. Why was I crying from only these words? I gripped the letter so tightly that it crumpled. Overcome by pain and helplessness, I slammed my fist against the bars. The very bars that separated Levi and me. A loud noise reverberated through the cells. I stood up and wiped my tears with my hands still tightly clenched in a fist. Levi, you jerk! I started running as it continued to snow. The white snow danced in the sky, but even brighter than that was the field of snowdrop flowers. And buried in the flowers, Levi lay there facing the sky, as if he didn't feel the cold. He simply looked up at the sky blankly, as if he lost something in his heart. He was let out of the cell early in the morning, before the sun rose, and chased into the forest. After walking for a while, he arrived at the snowdrop field and did this for hours. He could go live in the tower! That's not in town. The wind blew. Ashen would be so happy to have people living with him. The snowdrop petals danced in the breeze. I'd better go soon. He got up without patting off the snow or petals stuck on him. He took one step and... Levi! He heard a voice. It's me. The voice he yearned for. The voice he shouldn't be able to hear. The voice he shouldn't be allowed to hear. He turned around and saw her. Spacey. I didn't know to search for the snowdrop field in the forest. I ran blindly through the trees and arrived at the place Levi was. I made it in time. I got to see him again. Go with him. Fucking go with him. I had stopped briefly, but quickly resumed running to close the distance. Levi didn't move. I crashed into him with full force. Levi! Whoa, Spacey, why are you... Idiot! Idiot! Who's the idiot here? Why'd you come? Levi's voice was shaking. My voice was teary. I had to tell him. I'm going with you, Levi. I made up my mind. Going with me? There's nowhere to go. I know. You didn't have a choice with the blizzard. It must have been harsh. I only wanted you to stay alive. I'm sorry, but I only decide where I go and with whom. But only I decide where I go and with whom. Why does it have to be me? Because I love you. Being with you is fun. We talk about random things. We can be sarcastic to each other. Those small things were the start of everything for me. Of my falling in love with Levi. And that's when you held my cold and dirty hands. It really was something small. But I guess that's all that's needed to fall in love. I took Levi's cold and frozen hands. Levi said he fell in love with me during some small event I didn't even remember. But I was the same. The feelings I had now were true, and only came to be from the many small things I experienced myself. Are you sure? Yes, I want to be with you, Levi, until the very end. Which probably won't be very long because we're freezing to death. Thank you. Oh, yay! So it's sad, but this is... Okay, this is... Oh, Levi finally embraced me after all this time. He held me tight with his cold, frostbitten arms. In that case, I'd warm him up. I wanted to share my heat with him. From now on as well, in this unending winter. There might not be anything up ahead. The end might come immediately. But even so, I wanted to smile to the end. I wanted to be by his side at that moment. Thank you, Spacey. Covered in white frost, we embraced each other with our shivering bodies. That better not be it. We need a kiss, motherfucker. Surrounded by these fantastical white flowers, forever and ever. Seriously? We didn't get a kiss? The fuck is that all about? We didn't get a fucking kiss. Is there like an after scene? I don't remember. That was perfect timing, though. And I actually have to watch the whole... I was like, you know what? I don't know why we're sitting there watching all the credits, because we don't need to watch them. Oh, that was it. We didn't even get a fucking kiss. That makes me sad. That's true. We don't have... I hate that. I hate that there's not actually, like, a legit gallery. Oh my god, look at that, Lawrence. Oh, look at that. Oh, we can't look at that because it's not. I mean, we can. We should have ended with that when we did the... I'm just flipping through. We gotta find a good, we gotta find a good Levi one. Poor Levi crying. That can't be it. Hold on. I kind of already flipped through. No. I mean, the one with them reading the book together is cute, but I actually, to be honest, I'm not even sure if it's like... Like, that one's cute, but like, let's go with this one. There we go. So anyway, so yeah, so that's Levi's route. We'll probably do Lucas's route tomorrow, so. And then from there, I guess we'll do the heroine ending last. So we'll do Lucas's route next, and then afterward we'll do Hugh, and then the Traveler ending, and then the heroine ending, or something like that. So yeah, maybe we'll do the Traveler ending before we do Hugh's ending. I'm not sure. I don't really... I mean, it said it didn't matter the order of the endings, but, you know, whatever. We'll get all of our boys. I don't know. I might actually look and see if there's a route order or like a, an ending order, because like I don't know if I want to do the heroin one last, even though that one's supposed to be like that's actually like the legit ending. I don't know, maybe we want to, you know what? These ones are kind of depressing. Like, even though they're good, it's like, but we're just staying in this crappy ass world. So like, I just feel like something's missing. So maybe we should do the heroine last if that's like the canon ending and that's supposed to be the ending. So I don't know. But we're gonna do Lucas next. So anyway. But yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.